let's unpack this. For this deep dive, we're tackling just one source this time.
Right. It's a review of the movie Fall.
From Moviescramble, written by Mary Munoz.
And our mission really is to dive into Mary's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
What did she find compelling?
And where did she think this high-stakes thriller kind of fell short? It's about climbing this ridiculously tall tower.
Exactly. So by really digging into this specific review, we want to help you understand her take.
See if maybe Fall sounds like your kind of film, or maybe what bits might not work for you based on her view.
It's like getting a shortcut to one critic's viewpoint. Seeing the movie through Mary Munoz's eyes, basically.
Okay, so let's set the scene like the review does. Fall is about two friends, Becky and Hunter.
And their big plan: climb this abandoned radio tower way out in the desert.
And it's not just tall, it's like 2,000 feet tall. Staggering.
Mary actually opens her review comparing it to something Tom Cruise might do for fun.
Huh. Yeah, just light exercise.
Right. It immediately signals this is, extreme. An insane challenge, maybe.
And Mary notes the film jumps into the drama quickly. Maybe not perfectly executed, though.
Yeah. Opens with a climbing accident. Involves Becky's husband, Dan.
And the reviewer, she's pretty blunt here, calls the special effects in that opening scene poor.
But she acknowledges it does its job. It establishes the trauma, sets up the whole plot, really.
Right, that accident is the catalyst. So flash forward a year, Becky's still grieving, understandably.
And her friend Hunter comes up with this idea. Let's climb this giant abandoned tower.
The B-67 TV tower, specifically.
Has therapy, a way to face fear, move on.
Therapy by dangling 2,000 feet in the air. Wow.
Intensely intense.
Yeah.
Mary also points out how the film builds unease early on.
Oh, yeah. How?
Well, they stop at this isolated roadside diner, a motel near the tower. She describes it as feeling like a place where nobody asks questions.
Okay, yeah. That definitely adds a layer of dread right away, sets a mood.
And interestingly, Mary questions Hunter's motives too.
Oh. Not just about helping her friend.
Well, she suggests it might be less about catharsis for Becky and maybe more about, YouTube views for Hunter. Getting buzz online.
Okay, so that adds a whole other dynamic. Is this about friendship or followers?
Exactly. Puts a question mark over the whole trip right from the start.
Okay, so we've got the setup, the danger, the emotional backstory, maybe some questionable motives.
But according to Mary's review, the film really hits its stride once the climb actually starts.
This is where it shines for her.
This is where she feels the film excels, yeah.
Yeah.
She describes the height, the tower's condition, vividly,
Really?
like rusted joints just waiting to buckle, ladder rungs literally crumbling away, bolts rattling.
Oh, wow.
Every single step upward, she says, feels just incredibly precarious.
Sounds genuinely stressful. And Mary mentions the camera work specifically here.
Oh, yeah, definitely. She says the shots looking down, they give you that stomach dip feeling.
Like a roller coaster drop?
Exactly that comparison. She writes that the film really makes you tense up with every little move they make up there.
It's interesting, too, that Mary questions how prepared they even are.
Right. She mentions they seem to have just a couple of ropes and clips.
Which makes you wonder, have they really thought this through? Adds another layer of tension, I guess.
Totally. And then there are the vultures.
Oh, lovely. Vultures!
Yeah. Extremely persistent ones that start circling. Mary notes they seem extremely hungry.
Never a good sign when you're stuck 2,000 feet up?
Not ideal, no. It just underscores the peril. And Mary brings up Hunter's motives again here.
Like, what kind of friends suggest this to someone who just lost their husband in a climbing accident?
Exactly. It keeps that doubt simmering throughout the whole ascent.
So summing up the climb part, for Mary, this is the movie's big win.
Absolutely. She gives major props to the cinematographer, McGregor.
Mentions his work on Vivarium, too, I think.
Yeah, it says he really knows how to milk the tension, use those camera angles, those close-ups, keeps you on edge, teases you with near misses.
So the technical side of showing the height, the danger, the decay, that's the highlight for her. Undisputed.
That's the takeaway for the first part, yeah.
Okay, but here's the shift. Mary calls Fall a film of two halves.
Right. We've covered the good half, the compelling climb. Now for the other side.
The weaknesses she saw, particularly in the second half, or maybe just overall.
Her criticisms get pretty sharp here. First off, the acting.
What did she say?
Called it quite terrible. Found both actresses stilted and wooden.
Ouch.
Yeah. She writes that she just didn't buy them as lifelong friends with this deep bond.
And that kind of undermines the whole emotional core, doesn't it?
Big time. Then there were the special effects. Remember the poor ones in the opening?
She said they don't get better.
Apparently not. She says they stay cringy throughout.
For a thriller that relies on you believing the danger, that's problematic.
It really pulls you out of it, makes the threat feel less real, according to her.
Okay, what else? Plot issues.
Yep, she points out several gaping plot holes.
Any specifics?
She flags the phone battery issue as the most obvious one, something that just strained belief for her.
Ah, okay. Convenient plot devices sometimes break the immersion.
And she also felt the so-called dramatic twists were, well, predictable. Saw them coming a mile off.
So no real surprises for her there. And finally...
Pacing. She felt the film was just too long. About 20 minutes too long, she says.
And what does that do to the film?
In her view, it causes the tension, all that great tension built during the climb, to just slack off several times.
Loses its grip, basically. Can't maintain the intensity.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's synthesize Mary Munoz's overall take here. It sounds like she sees a movie with a really strong, high-concept premise.
Right. Executed really well technically during that main climb sequence, especially making you feel the height and the danger, viscerally.
But those strong points, in her opinion, are really let down by other things.
Yeah, weak performances, those unconvincing special effects, a plot with holes that's also predictable.
And it just goes on a bit too long, hurting the pacing.
It's a film where the spectacle, the core idea, works visually and technically.
But the foundations, like character and story, kind of stumble for her.
And that brings us back to you, listening. What can you take away from digging into Mary's review like this?
Well, it gives you a shortcut, right? You get her specific perspective.
Does that thrill of the climb, those vertigo shots she praises, does that sound exciting enough to you?
Exciting enough that maybe you'd overlook the acting or the plot stuff she points out.
Or are those the elements you really need to work for a film to land?
Mary's review paints a clear picture. Technical skill and a great core concept shining, but other key parts falling short in her view.
It really highlights how different parts of a movie can hit different viewers completely differently. Some people might love it just for the climb.
For sure. And Mary's take is it's a fascinating example of that, isn't it? How technical brilliance might save a film for some viewers.
Even if the story or the acting is seen as flawed.
It definitely leaves you thinking. What other movies have you seen where maybe amazing visuals or just incredible action sequences manage to elevate a story that maybe otherwise...
It would have fallen a bit flat.
Exactly. And for you personally, what makes or breaks a film like that? Is it the spectacle? Or does the story and performance have to be rock solid too? Something to mull over?